Hey guys, Certified High Performance Coach Trisha Turns. Thanks for watching. I have 3 things to talk to you about today. 3 very important things about your morning routine that are going to change the game if you pay attention and take some notes today. So please, please, please pay attention. Many people ask me on the regular, Trish, what are you doing? How do you have so much energy? How are you so productive in the day? I see that you're running your high performance coaching business, and now since the pandemic you are working for Strong Together Fitness again, and how are you so productive? How are you doing that? And still, every time I see you, you're enthusiastic, you're stress free, you're present with me, I feel comfortable, and you build rapport so good, your relationships are good, your wellness is obviously good, you're fit. How are you doing all that? What does your morning routine look like for you to be able to maintain all of that? And are you working out? Are you supplementing? Are you meditating? Are you planning? Are you doing all these things? The more important question is, what am I not doing? All right. And I want to go through 3 things of what I avoid and strategically, intentionally avoid on a regular basis in the morning for my morning routine. Number one is I avoid scrolling at all costs on social media. The majority of the world wakes up and they go into Facebook or they go into Instagram, they go into Twitter, and they are scrolling. All right. I want you to think about your attention span, your focus, and that being on that, the first thing that you wake up with every single day for years, and what that could do to your productivity and your general energy and ability to focus on anything, right? But why do we do that? Why do people wake up in the morning and go immediately to scrolling on social media? It's because of novelty. And this isn't because it's my opinion, this is science. Our brains are hardwired for novelty. We want newness constantly. We're looking for newness, and it lights us up. It literally, the receptors in our brain love it when we have new things going on. And every time social media pops up, guess what there is? Newness, novelty, all over the place. And so it becomes an addiction, and we have to break that pattern with what we would call a pattern interrupt or a pattern shift, where you are taking something and replacing that old habit with something that's very new and having triggers for you to be able to do that. Now, whatever that is for you, I'll talk about some suggestions at the end here, but you need to find something that's going to be a more productive, more self-sustaining, more energetic, more self-fulfilling thing than comparing yourself to others immediately upon waking. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, in terms of things that I avoid in the morning, immediately checking my phone, and this goes to you business owners, because there's a lot of business owners out there and a lot of my clients that do this and that are constantly trying to eliminate it. And that is opening up your email and your text immediately upon waking in the morning. This is so critical to be stopped immediately. All right. When you wake up in the morning, your brain state is in a theta wave brain state. It is absorbing anything that comes with it. It is typically a very creative state, but immediately when you go to answering other people, allowing their will to enter your world, what they need, what they want from you, you go into reaction mode and responsive mode immediately upon waking. It is ruining your productivity throughout the day. Literally, from a High Performance Institute study of over 2 million high performers in over 190 countries, they have proven that if you wake up and check your phone within 60 minutes of waking, and you are either scrolling or on social media, or you are on email or text, whatever, when you check your phone within the first hour of your day, you are 30% less productive every day. Now, let that sink in for a second. 30% less productive. Now, put that on a year's scan. Think of how much more productive you could be if you eliminated that hour of phone time in the morning, right? If you were to even eliminate 15 minutes of it, 30 minutes of it, how much more productive you would be in the next year. It's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. What's happening is people are waking up and they are such people pleasers that they want to immediately please everybody else, and then they put themselves on the back burner. They put their life goals, they put their their business goals. They put their big projects, the big needle moving projects that need to get done and are technically the most important things. And they put those on the wayside to make sure that they're helping other people, that they're doing all this and they're serving other people and they're responding and they're doing what everybody else needs. Clients, family, friends, spouse, honey-do lists, like all the things, right? And then all of a sudden they're left feeling empty and unaccomplished in the day and they wonder why. We have to start eliminating the email time, the social media time, the text time, and start building up what we need in the morning. So the third thing is that I do not ever start my morning without setting an intention. All right. I avoid going into my day into just going through the motions. I avoid doing that. I avoid just getting up and going, and I set an intention in the day. I literally close my eyes for 60 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever it is for me to visualize and walk through what my day is going to look like. How am I going to serve with excellence today? How am I going to show up as my best self today? And it's typically not the entire day that I'm laying out, and you can do it however you want. This is how I do it. But I go into a particular scenario that I have upcoming that day. Maybe it is a project that I need to get done. All right, what am I going to feel like during it? How am I going to do it? What's it going to look like? How can I do it with excellence? Do I need any support in it? Who do I need to reach out to for it? Right? Or it's an interaction that I have. Maybe I'm hiring an admin. I've been searching for an admin lately, so I've been scoping out people. I've been doing online, virtual phone screens and things like that. So how am I going to show up for the best? What am I truly looking for? What's going to long term? What do I want my business to look like with this person that's coming on, right? And when you do that, psychologically, science, again, not my opinion, you are going to recall things throughout the day of whatever intention you set in the morning. Your unconscious mind is going to then bring things up for you that you reviewed in the morning and visualized in the morning as your day goes on, and that is going to help you facilitate and stay on track of what you actually envisioned as you showing up as your best, as you showing up with excellence. All right? Anytime you put in your brain, especially in the morning during that theta brain state when your brain is super active, it's very calm, it's in that creative mode, you are going to absorb those types of things, or you're going to absorb social media, or you're going to absorb responsiveness. Right? So you have a choice here. You can go towards that, or you can go towards the other end where you are being your most productive self. You are setting intention and using high performance proven habits to start implementing those and really seeing the difference between how you feel physiologically and energetically. Not just that, but how you show up for relationships, how you show up for your own projects and your own important things that your family is banking on you doing. Your family, they're there for you and you're there for them, right? They want you to succeed and you want them to succeed. But yet you're over here answering emails and texts in the morning to everybody else and not working on those big dreams that I know you have. So some things to think about, those 3 things: what to avoid, what am I not doing, what are high performing people not doing in the morning. Like I said, there's never a cap of high performance, right? Like I'm always trying to fine tune, and every season my morning routine will change, right? Because right now I'm on the porch every morning. I go to the porch. That's my happy place. I do all my meditation on the porch in the morning. So as the seasons change, so does my routine. And one thing that's coming up for all of us is the fact that we are leaving quarantine and being released out to the new norm, whatever that looks like, right? And so when that happens, what I am going to be preparing you for on our June 2nd call at 7 p.m., which you can register for below. It's free for this call, so I certainly hope you do. It's my group coaching community. They're amazing people. They're all high performers. They're hungry to grow and learn. And in this social learning environment where we get to interact and I get to teach a lesson and that you get to ask questions, I am teaching you some of the highest level stuff coming from the High Performance Institute and coming from the Brendon Burchards of the world, the Tony Robbins of the world, the Dean Graciosis of the world, because those are the people that I put myself in, and I bought into masterminds. I invested in myself to be in that room, but I get to take all of that knowledge from them about what should high performers be preparing for at this time, and I'm giving it to you in these group coaching community calls. It's literally $39 a month. It's less than a bag of groceries. This one upcoming is free, so check it out. But what we're going to be going through this time is, because we are so close to quarantine, do I really know if we're close or not? I don't. Neither do you. But it's getting there, right? Things are starting to open back up. But what we need to be very conscious of is how our current routines are going to shift. And we need to be strategic and planned in the fact that when we do that, when we actually are ready to transition and we see what it's going to look like, we envision what it's going to look like when the new norm hits, what needs to change now, so that we can then, there's not such a brunt blow to our routine, right? Because that what happens is, just like when we went into quarantine, it was a brutal hit. It wiped us of our routine. We felt out of control. We didn't know what to do. Our energy shifted. We couldn't sleep, like all these things, right? So going back into quarantine, you cannot expect it to be any different, because it's also going to be an abrupt date that comes up where it's like, okay, we might have a little bit of time to prepare for it, but not always, right? It's going to come, and potentially into a second wave of the pandemic, like it might come again. So we just need to be really prepared on quite a few things that I'm going to be talking about in this call as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as professionals, and people that are in a leadership role. Those are who I'm talking to in this group. If you want to be in a leadership role, that's you as well. Like, I encourage anybody that wants to step up and lead their friends, their family, their clients, and be a role model, a serious, high-performing role model. Join up in this call, and we'll go through some of the things that you need to be thinking about in your business and in your family and your personal life, in order to move the needle forward in 2020. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these 3 things served you. Less scrolling, less texts and emails, and more intention, right? Don't ever start the day without an intention. All right. Have an awesome day. Ciao.